What made you join the Coast Guard?
Oof.
Like, where'd that come from?
So a lot of my friends back home, they were like Marines or in the Army.
Okay.
And I was thinking about going to the Coast Guard.
Where's
and
back home? Where are you from?
Brooklyn.
Okay.
Yeah. So they were telling me, they were like, oh, like maybe you should look into the Coast Guard.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh. Never thought of that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, like really nice stations, good jobs.
Now, did you want to go military or?
Yeah, it was on my mind.
Yeah. Family military or no?
Not many.
No.
A few.
Yeah.
A few, but not many. None Coast Guard.
Got it.
When it actually really ticked off when I was in a relationship previously, and then there was, I guess, like an argument or a fight, or there was something that was going on between family and things like that. And I was like, you know what? Forget this. I'm going to the recruiter's office. And I signed the paperwork, and I was like, sat in my car. I was like, oof.
Yeah, what I do?
Like, all right, I gotta call my mom.
Oh, you didn't tell your parents yet?
I don't think my mom really knew.
Yeah.
Until I told her, and she was not really happy.
No.
No, she's Dominican.
Okay.
she wasn't really happy about that.
Yep.
And then my younger brother followed my footsteps like a few years after.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he's in the Air Force now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Got it. So you joined the joined Coast Guard.
Yeah.
What year?
2019. I went to boot camp.
And you were engineer?
After you get rated, like that happened 2 years later.
Oh, okay. 2 years later. Got it. And what'd you like most about being in the Coast Guard?
Traveling.
Yeah.
Just like being able to do different things. Like I've never been to that side, being able to do things like that. We helped out a lot of people, literally save lives.
Yeah.
There was a specific case where they had like an overturned vessel of like 40 or 50 migrants.
Wow.
And we rescued almost every single one.
Wow.
Or they would have died.
Yeah.
Legit, they would have died.
That's
in
cool.
those waters.
Yeah.
Trying to migrate here, but I mean, they didn't make it to the U.S. We brought them back, but at least we were able to save the kids'
Yeah,
lives.
absolutely.
Like that's what all really mattered. And it was funny, like talking to them sometimes they have like a whole different mindset. It's funny.
Do you speak Spanish?
A little bit.
A little bit. Enough to talk. Enough to get.
I mean, I've been getting a little bit better.
Yeah. Okay.
Trying. I went to Colombia and tried to talk a little bit better.
Did you?
But, yeah.
For Coast Guard or for
No,
travel?
for
Just
travel.
business, yeah.
For travel. Yeah.
Cool.
But I'm just, it's definitely beneficial to know.
Yeah.
For sure.
Now, I read that in your notes because, we do a pre-interview here, and it said that military placed you in an uncomfortable position.
Yeah.
Explain that.
Well, just being away from home a lot. Like I was traveling a lot, like being on deployments
Yeah.
for not seeing land for sometimes like 3 weeks. Like drive you just mad.
Yeah.
Like you get up and you're like, man, am I gonna see any land? There was a time where a deployment we were like 300 miles off the Galapagos Islands.
Wow.
Like no land in sight.
So what's that feel? You just feel alone out there? Like what's going through your mind?
Yeah, just with a whole bunch of people. Just like it's like 100 people on a ship. You see the same people every day.
Yeah.
There's only so much things you can do on a 300-foot ship.
Yeah.
And majority of the time it's like working out, going to watch, and just repeating the same thing every single day.
Got it.
That sometimes if you don't really like find a routine, you become like robotic. Like you forget about your phone. You forget about everybody. You don't have service.
Right.
You forget about everything.
You just go through
You
the
just
motions.
like I would legit sometimes just be like singing. Like I can't have my phone on watch, so I would remember like a certain song and I would try to rap the exact same
funny.
lyrics to try to keep myself busy.
Yeah.
But the sunsets were nice.
Well, did you have a favorite song to go to that you'd always
Oh man, I don't
try to
remember.
rap?
I think it was Drake or something.
Okay.
It's like one of Drake's songs, but those it was interesting.
Yeah.
There was like some weird birds, man, off the Galapagos, like
Really?
like some medieval time looking birds, savages. Like they didn't care about nothing. They just ruthless.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It says you're working 22-hour days. That's legit?
Yeah, when I was part time.
Yeah.
I was really cranking stuff.
Yeah.
Because I had to.
Yeah, because so you were still in the military.
Yeah.
You found us. Now, you found us through real estate, right?
Yeah.
Buying a property?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bought a 3-family property.
That was
and
your
then
first investment property?
Yep.
When did you get into real estate? Like what?
2021.
Okay.
Yeah, like right. It was around during COVID time. I don't know. The interest rates were low.
Got it.
2.2 fixed.
Yeah.
Which is good. You're never gonna see that again.
Right. So you hopped in.
So I hopped in.
Where were
there.
you buying a property at?
Connecticut.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was good. But the selling agent or the broker, he was with FFL at that
Okay.
time. So he pitched it to me. He was like, hey, man, like there's this young kid protecting this amount of families per month. And I was like, doesn't sound right. Let me look into this a bit more.
Yeah.
And it's just everything kind of sounded skeptical for quite a while. I was like, man, is this thing really real? And I was studying for the exam. Like, I would literally be on a case with my flashcards. We're literally going to go save a life. And I'm in the back seat as like an engineer studying for the exam. And they're like, Rhonda, get off your phone. And I'm like, I mean, not get off your phone. Get it like what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Like we're on, we have sirens on, we're going, and I'm like literally trying to like study for this exam. And everything worked out pretty well.
Yeah. So you got the license and you were started part-time, right? Yeah. What was your part-time schedule early on?
So when I was in the Coast Guard, we had like a 2-on, 2-off and like rolling weekend schedule.
Okay.
So when I would be off duty, I was in Rhode Island. Yeah. 2-hour drive to the office. I would drive 2 hours to the office first thing in the morning. That would have to be my dial day because I wasn't virtual. I didn't know how to do virtual. What time would you leave? We got off base sometimes like around like 8, 9 o'clock. Yeah. So I wouldn't get to the office until probably around noon.
Got it.
Got to the office, would dial, try to book up as many appointments to have that one run day. Yeah. And I was like, man, this is like my one run day or 1 to 2 run days for the week. I got to run it up, try to book 15 appointments. So I would be up at 4 in the morning to go get my workout in. I would already have all my stuff packed for like the day, like my meals and everything. Yeah. I would run throughout the day. Then I would try to end my final appointment closer to home so I can bring all my stuff because I had a Camaro back then. Yeah. And I could not fit everything in my
no, yeah,
because I have a problem with packing. Like, I'm bad. Yeah. I just throw things in because I don't like picking certain outfits. I just throw things together, and I'm the guy that walks in with like I'm moving in. Yep. And they would make fun of me every single time on duty. They were like, oh, Rhonda's moving in again. Like, I'm moving out, moving in. It's like a toxic relationship.
That's funny.
So I would bring my stuff, and I had like a whole bag just designated for supplements. Yeah. Like every day. And they're like, why don't you just buy a tub and just leave it here and have one for home? I'm like, are you going to buy it for me? This thing's expensive, man.
Right.
This thing's $100.
Exactly. That's another one I got to buy.
Yeah, it's another one I got to buy. This thing's already like
you know what y'all pay me?
This thing is like, it's crazy. It's
yeah. So you were legit 22 hours. So walk me through that schedule.
So I was up, didn't probably finish like my last call till like probably about like 8 or so. And then I would have to go home, drop off what I had, pick up my stuff that I needed for duty. Yeah. And then drive 2 hours to Rhode Island. So when I was done and got back home probably like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and then I'll have to drive 2 hours so I wouldn't get to my rack. I wouldn't actually, because I would get to base, shower, and I wouldn't get to my rack until like about 1:30 in the morning. Yeah. Sometimes 2, to get up at 6:30 the next day to potentially have to run cases all day.
Wow.
So I was only sleeping like 4 hours.
Got it.
So I was running like about 20, 21-hour days.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy.